This dish is Wagyu picanha with ginger and scallion sizzled in hot tallow. When you start to see how dense the fat is, really this kind of quality of fat, you can tell that it's gonna render really, really beautifully. It's kind of actually like one of my favorite dishes my mom makes with fish. And it'll be a steamed piece of fish that you dress with ginger and scallion and then take hot peanut oil usually and pour it over it and basically aromatize all of that oil with the ginger and scallion, and very much a Chinese traditional technique that definitely was an inspiration here. Take this fat and repurpose it. I'm gonna cut this almost like a steak. I mean, you could really see this muscle going in this direction. The thing about a lot of Chinese cooking that I really appreciate too is the actual ingredients look like themselves. I want the steak to look like a steak. Kind of shingle this. This is a nice cut because the grain is going in one way. Will just be very tender because of that. I might do it in a different, more modern kind of way too. The thing about this dish is you have to think about how all the garnishes are cut because the hot oil is the only thing that's gonna cook those things. And you're kind of wanting texture still, so ginger that is thick enough to kind of stay intact. The fermented black bean is something that my mom used to also always add to the fish. It just gives that pop of salty, funky. I think initially I enjoyed kind of some of the chaos and the spontaneity of cooking. Green garlic is in season right now. Thought about adding some of this to it as well. When you work with the seasons and you have to really understand the changes, the micro adjustments that you have to make, you have to have that spontaneity. If you kind of look at being that rigid, I think you don't service that ingredient as best as you can as a chef. So I think the other way that I wanted to try this was that understanding that if something needs to change that day, it needs to, because you're gonna be expressing that ingredient better if you use your instincts and actually make the change. The picanha, I wanted to really come up with a plating that was a little more linear so that you can have a bite that had the ginger and the scallion, to have that with the beef when you pick it up. A lot of Cantonese technique is actually about having the quality shine. Using hot oil to do the searing. This technique is gonna show the quality itself.